Hey y'all, let's get started. So as business owners, we are constantly bombarded by decisions. Asana or Trello, this service or that service, who is my ideal client? It can turn into a spiral of indecision. And we know that if we can make strong decisions, it makes us more profitable in our businesses. So today I'm going to share my 4-step process for mastering decision making so you can own your decisions and become a more profitable business owner. If you don't know me yet, my name is Sharon Nissen. I am the host of the Support Squad podcast. I'm the creator of the Support Squad membership community, and it is my mission to help women build virtual assistant businesses that they love. So let's dive in, because decision making can definitely make your business less than fun in the beginning. Some of the most common things I see new virtual assistants struggle with is, what logo do I choose? How do I name my business? Do I choose an LLC or a sole proprietorship? Should I be doing project management in Trello and Asana? And all of these decisions are important, but I want to tell you a little secret first. None of your decisions are something that you have to stick with for life. As business owners, our businesses will evolve and change so much over time. And so I want you to keep that in mind throughout this whole conversation. Yes, the decisions you make are important, but if you think of the fact that your business is going to be constantly in flow and constantly evolving, it takes some of the pressure off a little bit. Any service that you choose to provide right now, you can always change that later on. You are not tied to any one decision that you make today in your business. So with that said, making decisions in our business can help us to be more profitable, because to start with, let's talk about what analysis paralysis is. And analysis paralysis is when we're taking in so much information that we get frozen, we get stuck, we can't progress forward. And if we can't progress forward in our business, we can't make any money. If we spend too much time in indecision, we are just letting money flow out. So let's rein it in and let's learn how to make these decisions in a smart and judicious way. So step 1 is to find some trusted sources. So we all know we have access to so much information. As we scroll through social media, as we watch videos on YouTube, as we listen to podcasts, as we're in Facebook groups, we get bombarded by information. So especially when you're in that tender decision-making process, I want you to really focus in on 3 to 4 trusted sources. So one could be a friend you know that's a business owner that could offer some great advice. Another could be a Facebook group where you could drop in for feedback on your logo or naming your business. And another could be a trusted podcast or blog that always gives great information. The key is not to take every information that comes your way and let it steer you off course. Really only allow yourself to be influenced by the people and sources that you can really trust. So then the second part of the process is to go inward. After you've gone into Facebook groups to ask for feedback, after you've listened to all the podcasts related to your decision, after you've done all of the research, I want you to turn it all off. You can only take in so much information, and at a certain point, you have to trust your own intuition, trust your own gut instinct, and make a decision. So in order to do that, some things I recommend doing are going on a social media break around the time that you have to make a big decision. So if you're trying to decide on a service for your virtual assistant business and you're kind of trying to decide between 2 and you've done a lot of research, I want you to set a deadline for making that decision and take an Instagram break until that deadline. Sit with yourself in quiet, do some journaling, do some meditation, listen to your own inner dialogue, and trust yourself to make that decision, because at this point you've taken in all of the information and you have to just sit with your own thoughts, because at the end of the day, it's your business. No outside source can really tell you what you should do in your own business. So take that time away from outside influences to really check in with yourself and to tune in with your own gut. So then the third decision, of course, is to make the third phase of this decision-making process is to make the decision, but make it and own it. So when we make a decision, if we keep it to ourselves, if we don't say it out loud, or if we give ourselves any room for doubt or wishy-washiness, the decision still hasn't been made if we're still in that state where we think, well, I could go back. So what I want you to do is to declare your decision. So if you were talking to a friend about this decision and they were helping you figure this out, I want you to let them know, like, hey, I made the decision. This is what I chose. If you've been kind of polling your social media audience about a decision, I want you to let them know, hey guys, this is what I've decided. Thank you for your input. And once you declare it, it becomes yours and you can take full ownership of that decision. And it keeps you from stepping back into that uncertain place or into that wishy-washy place. We don't want to go back there. Remember, it wasn't fun there. All right, so step 4 of the decision-making process is what happens after you make the decision. And it's actually the most important part, because when you really think about it, the decision that you make is not so important as the energy that you put behind it. So that's step 4, is to put all of your energy behind your decision. So let me put this into an example or two. So imagine that your decision was trying to decide between Trello and Asana for your project management software. So we all know that Trello has certain features that Asana doesn't have. Asana has certain features that Trello doesn't have. And whichever one we choose, we're always going to be kind of looking over there and wondering, like, I wonder if that would have been better. But here's the thing, if we decide I'm gonna go with Trello, and we decide to make Trello work for us and we use it to the best of our capabilities, we become experts in it and we get our business in order using Trello, does it even matter if Asana had some other little features that we could have used? Not really, right? I mean, the important part was making the decision and then putting our energy into it. That's where it becomes a good decision or a bad decision. Whereas if we decided to choose Trello and we still kind of were like wishy-washy, wondering about Asana, still kind of not fully engaging with that decision, then it's not going to serve us anyway. So we really have to put all of our energy behind our decision. Another example would be like choosing a service, a signature service to provide. So say you're trying to decide between social media management and podcast management. It's like both of those could be really great, right? But if we put all of our energy behind one, it's gonna be successful regardless. There's no wrong decision there. The only right decision is the decision that we put all of our weight and all of our energy behind. Do you kind of get what I'm saying with that? And I think that's the most important thing, is making that decision and taking ownership of it. And then knowing that at any point in the future, if we need to pivot, we can. So taking full ownership of it, knowing that it can always eventually be in flow. That feels a little bit less of that like wishy-washy, regretful kind of feeling that we might get if we never take full ownership and full energetic, strength of that decision. So I want to really encourage you guys to get out there, make some good, messy, just kidding. Good decisions, but make them with conviction and know that you can change at any time, okay? So take a deep breath. There's so much out there. There's so much to decide. Just know you've got this. And the only right decision is the one that you really put your energy behind. And that's what I want you to take away from today. So thank you so much for listening. I will see you next time.